Saraswati namastubhyam Varade Kamarupani Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Are you all able to see the slides? Something funny is happening on my side.
We cannot see the slides.
You are not able to see the slides?
No.
Yeah, something is not...
Now you shared your...
something went wrong on my end. Okay. So in the last class, we did parasmay pada suffixes for the past tense. And these are the parasmay pada suffixes. And for the present tense, they simplify to ti, ta, anti, si, tha, tha, mi, vah, ma. And you know, all are you're familiar with this conjugation. For the dhatu pat, which is a 1p dhatu, pathati pathatah pathanti, pathasi pathatah pathata, pathami pathavah pathamah. And in the lang lakara, which is the past tense, these suffixes simplify to ta, tam, an, sa, tam, ta, va, ma. And so if you add pat plus the group affix a and these suffixes, you will get these past tense forms. Apathat, apathatam, apathan, apatha, apathatam, apathatha, apatham, apathav, apathama. In the past tense, one thing which one should note is that they are prefixed with the vowel a. So a is added before the root. So now we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about the atmanepada suffixes. So the atmanepada suffixes are these. And in the present tense, this we have already seen, te, ite, ante, and so on. So the lab dhatu is an atmanepada dhatu belonging to the first conjugation, first group, bhavadi gana, and it means to obtain. And the conjugations are labhate, labhete, labhante, labhase, labhete, labadhve, labhe, labhavahe, labhamahe. And in the past tense, they, simplify to these. As Raj was saying, there are too many, and slowly with time, you will be able to recognize them. So the past tense atmanepada conjugation is alabhat, alabhetam. So like you add, so there is a guna, because these e's are here, so there's always a guna sandhi is here. So labhetam, alabhant, and so on. So this is the past tense conjugation of the dhatu labha, which is an atmanepada dhatu. So we're going to just do some, these, like I have given the present tense and the past tense. So dhatu vand is a atmanepada dhatu, and in the belonging to the first group, and you see this conjugation, vandate, vandete, and vadante. And here in the past tense, it will be avandat, avandetam, avandata, and so on. So these are all the atmanepada dhatus. So let's do some examples here in the present and in the past tense. So vrikshaha vane kampate. Here it was vrikshaha. This should be kampante. Sorry. Let me just. No, sorry. It's like vandante. So here it should be.
It should be kampante.
Yeah, kampante. Sorry, this is kampante. Yeah, that's because this is plural, so it should be kampante. So the trees tremble in the forest, and here the visarga is dropped. It is a plural, trees. But since it is followed by a soft consonant, the visarga is dropped. The past tense will be vrikshaha vane akampant. Why am I? This is again a mistake here.
Yeah, akampan.
Yeah, it's a. Yeah, it should be in here abundance. Sorry about that.
Should be
It should be
akampante.
Akampant, right? Here,
Yeah,
like if you look at the this, it will be
akampante.
No, akampant. This is the past tense.
Yeah, so akampant, okay.
Akampanta, right? And I had a wrong there.
Only that half na is missing.
Huh?
Only
it
that
should
na.
be na is missing here.
Right, right.
Right. So this is a typo error. It should be kampante and kampanta, right?
Right.
So na is missing. So now with the past tenses, it is always there is an in the beginning. There will be always a sandhi here. So here it will be a purva rupa sandhi, vane and so it will be will be elided. So it will be vane kampanta. So tremble and trembled. Another Atmanepada root is iksh, means sees. So naro balakam ikshate. The man sees the boy, and yeah. So and here it will be a ikshata, right? So again there will be either a sandhi or it will be ma and will become ma. Then udyane vrikshaha vartante. This dhatu is used quite often. This is like the as dhatu and parasmai dhatu. So vrit means means to be. So what, and here since this, if you remember, this is the medial vowel, so it will take a guna ar. That's why vrit becomes var, vartante.
Kumaji, can I ask you a question here? Why is this E naraha balakam aikshat? So I understand the ma and a combined to form a full ma.
Right.
So why is the E dropped in the sandhi?
You're right. I don't know why that. This is a typo error again,
Okay.
Rani.
Okay.
It should be ikshate.
Yeah, balakam.
Sorry, ikshata.
Ikshata.
There's again a mistake here. It should be a ta here, not like te. I will correct this, right? Remember, this is not a te. It should be ikshata. There's an error here too. Okay. All right. So here, vartante, because it is riksha, plural, so vartante. And as I said that this is the medial vowel and it takes the guna, which is an ar. So that's why it is vartante. And here again, same with the, again, there will be a dirgha sandhi here. No, sorry, there will be, the visarga has dropped because it was followed by, because it is preceded by a long a, right? So, udyane vrikshaha avartanta, right? And here, since this, the visarga is preceded by a long a, the visarga is dropped.
But wouldn't this a and a combine?
No, the sandhi has already taken place.
Okay.
So there will not be a second sandhi here. Right, like this should be vrikshaha, right? And since vrikshaha is preceded by a long a, the visarga is dropped. So this a and a will not become a dirgha sandhi anymore. Like there's already a sandhi taken place. So I speak to the teacher. Again, bhash is an atmane pada dhatu. So adhyapakam bhashe in the lat lakara, and abhashe will be the past tense. So here it will be and a, which becomes a ma. So lata, here there is a sandhi, api udyane vardhante. So again here there was a yarn sandhi. So I've already done the sandhi here. So apyudyane, and the root for vardhante, if you go back here, again this is vrid. Vrid is the root, and since this will become, it will be take the guna, that's why it was vardhante. Sorry. Here. So this will, vrid means to grow. So the creepers to grow in the garden. And here the visarga is dropped. Lataha. It should be, it was lataha, but again preceded by a long a, the visarga was dropped. So here again, lataha apyudyane avardhanta, right? So here, this is the past tense. So lata, and again you will be ne and a, so you have a purvarupa sandhi here. So devam vandase. So this is you worship the Lord. And here it will be devam avandataha, like that is the past tense. And again, ma and a will become ma. We serve the...
So Kumuji, if you worship the Lord, if I want to say I worship the Lord, then I
it will be one day something. Let me see. See, I have to look. I don't remember these. It will be vardhe or one day. Yeah, one day.
One day.
Here, okay. A one day, and a one day.
One day, okay. This is the first person.
If you say, I worship the Lord, it will be
Devam
Vande.
Devam Vande.
Yeah.
Or Devam Avande.
And here it will be Devam Avande.
Mm-hmm.
So here I said here. So now we serve the teacher. So Gurum Seva Mahe, right? Mm-hmm. And here it will be Aseva Mahi. Like this is the past tense. It's very confusing. Like it should be here, it was one day, a one day. So it should be, Aseva Mahe, but it is now becomes Mahi.
Mm-hmm. Kumuji, I have a question regarding Sandhi. When you have that Lan Lakara for Iksha.
Yeah.
So the and the E, we leave them as they are. There's no combination done in the right-hand column.
No, E, there is no sandhi here. It is ma becomes ma and a becomes ma, and there's this E missing here.
Right. So but the and the E are not combined in any way at all.
No. It's in the same word, no?
No, because here.
Okay, because it's a you could apply a vowel sandhi, but you're not going to do that.
No. Here the sandhi doesn't apply. Only if it was a upsarga, then that sandhi will apply.
I see. Got it. Thank you.
Because this ikshat is the form ta, and then you prefix with a, but there is no sandhi between these two. Like if you look at these conjugations here, right? So you add ta, a labhat, right? And labhat, right? Lab plus a plus ta, labhat. And then you just prefix, but yeah, so suppose it was E here, right? E shat, right? So this E and a, there will be no sandhi.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. So if you remember the first verse, we did this as I did this as an example, and this akurvat, this was in past tense, but this is like kra dhatu is an ubhayapadi dhatu. It takes both the parasmaipadi form and the atmanepadi form. Here, akurvat is an atmanepadi form. So I just wanted to point this out. Like here, this kra dhatu is taking the atmanepadi form. That's why it was here akurvat. All right. So now I'm going to talk about the imperative mood and the potential mood. The imperative mood is called lot lakara and the potential mood is called vidhiling. But before I go into conjugation, I want to do a number of verses where these lakaras are used. So the first verse is, which we all have been, chanting, and I think all of you know, but this is a verse where is a, very nice example of lot lakara. So I thought I will take this verse. So you all know, Om Sahana Vavatu. So here the sandhi will be Saha, Ha, Now, and Avavatu. See, it will be Saha, Ha, Now, and Avatu. So Saha means he. He is standing for the Lord. This means the Lord. May the Lord, right? So he refers to the Lord. Ha is an indeclinable, which means indeed. Now, it is an asmat, like this one, aham vayam. So this is the sixth case, the alternate form. So this means both of us. It is the dual. Now, remember asmat, it in the 2, 4, and 6, it had alternate forms. So now is the alternate form of the pratipadikam asmat in the case 6 dual. So now here it means both of us. Avatu. Avatu is the root is av, which means to protect. And this is a lot lakara form. Now there is a sandhi between now and a. Right? This is an ayadi sandhi, au and a, which becomes av. So that's why you have this avavatu, right? So this is the lot lakar form, avatu. Now here, this one. Again, saha now, bhunaktu. So bhunaktu again is a lot lakara form. If the dhatu is bhuj, it belongs to the 7th group, and it is a parasmaipadi dhatu, and it means to nourish. So may he means the Lord, may he indeed nourish both of us. Saha viryang karva vahe. So saha, together with viryam is the pratipadikam is virya. It is a neuter pratipadikam, which means strength. And karva vahe, it is the dhatu kra, it is the atmanepada. So this is the dual. So like if you go back, here. Oh, this is the lot lakara. We haven't done. We will see. But it is the in a little while you will see that conjugation. So karva vahe. So may we together acquire the capacity, right, the strength to study and understand the scriptures. So this is again a lot lakara. Then tejasvina vadhitamastu. Now there is a number of sandhis here. Tejasvi. So pratipadikam is tejaswin. It is a adjective, and the neuter here, it is in the neuter form. Tejasvi means brilliant. Now both of us, adhita. It is the pratipadikam is adhita. What is study? Astu again is a lot lakara. Dhatu as, to be lot. May our study be brilliant. And again, there is a sandhi here. Now and this thing, adhit. That's why it will become av, right? Av. So that's why you have a va here. Ayadi sandhi here. Then ma with visha vahehi. So here ma means not, and lot lakara is also used when in the case of prohibit, when you say, don't do this, then the lot lakara is used. And this is again a lot lakara form with visha vahi. So the verb is dvish, to be, to hate. And when you add this upsarga vi, it becomes to disagree. May we not disagree with each other. So we've been chanting this verse, in each class. So now you know the meaning and the grammar of this verse. So all these are lot lakara. Avatu, bhunaktu, karva vahe, with visha vahe. This is an error here. With visha vahe or vahe?
It's a vahi.
Yeah, vahe.
Vahi. It's a long. It has the that.
But then we have we'll see the conjugation whether it is. But this must be so. Yeah, it's correct, because this is an atmane pada form and this is a parasmai pada form. That's why here you have vahe and here you have vahi, right? So that's what I was wondering. Yeah, so this is correct.
It has the upsarga at the top for the long pronunciation. I think in most of the text I see it as a he, not a he. Is it with Vishwa Vahe?
No, this is correct. Karva
Vahe is fine.
Atmane pada form.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next verse again, this one with Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhave. This is example of both lot lakara and vidhiling. So Bhavantu is a lot lakara form. Santu again is a lot lakara. Pashyantu, but Bhavet is a vidhiling. So lot and vidhiling, sometimes they are, you could use one, you could either use lot, lakara or vidhiling in certain cases, not all the time. So this is bhavantu, the dhatu is bhu, santu, the dhatu is as, and pashyantu, the dhatu is drish, and again bhu. So may all be happy. Bhavantu, be happy, be. So Sukhina is happy. So may all be happy, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, may none experience sorrow. So again, ma, whenever you have ma, either a vidhiling or a lot lakara is used. In Taittiriya Upanishad, if you remember Shikshavalli section, you have all these satyam, vada, dharmam, chara, matrudevo, bhava. These are all lot lakara forms. Vada, chara, bhava. These are all lot lakara forms. Okay, if we did this verse also, the verse 2.54 is sthit pragyasya, and here these verbs, prabhasheta, asit, vrajeta, they are all vidhiling. Would speak, would sit, would walk. So these are all vidhiling, are conjugated in the vidhiling. Like I did this verse, so I just want to point that these are all conjugations in vidhiling. Okay, so let's see what the imperative mood is, Lot Lakara, and where it is used. So the Lot Lakara is used to command or request to do something. It is also used as a prayer, wish, blessing, advice, and with the negative ma to express prohibition. So these are the situations where the Lot Lakara is used. Usually is used as a command or a request. Like that is the most common use of Lot Lakara. So the verbal suffixes in Lot Lakara for the parasmai pada dhatu simplified to tu, tam, antu. So the eka vashnam and bahu vashnam, these, you will see very often, all the like, they're like, bhavantu, astu, santu, right? Antu, ani, ava, ama. So the form will be patatu, patatam, patantu, patha, patatam, patata, patani, patava, patama. So you take the dhatu pat, you add the group affix a, and then if you add, there is no, except for here where it is elongated, there are no other roots. Like patha plus a plus tu becomes patatu, patatam, patha plus a plus tam, patatam, patantu. Here again, this a and a, only one a is retained, like the other, there's a special rule here. Then patha, patatam, patata, and again, patani, patava, patama. So in Atmane Pada, you have tam, itam, antam. So again, take the dhatu labha plus a. So you have labhatam, labhetam, labhantam, labhasva, labhetam, and so on. So these are the conjugations of the dhatu patha in Lot Lakara and labha in Atmane Pada. Okay, so commanding with Lot Lakara. So as I said before, Lot Lakara is used more when you are asking somebody to do something. So bhavan and bhavati are the prathama vibhakti forms of the pratipadikam, bhavat and bhavati, respectively, which means the respectful forms of you. So even it means you, but it is used in the prathama vibhakti. So for example, if you have Rama, drink the water. So either you could say Rama, this is the Sambodhanam, Bhavan, Jalam, Pibatu. So it is all the prathama, the first case, not the first case, the prathama purusha is used, right? Pibatu. So this will mean, like it is a more polite way of saying. So you could, even if you don't have Rama and Bhavana, if you just say Bhavan, if you just say Jalam Pibatu, it is a polite way of asking somebody to drink water, right? Or you could say Rama Tvam Jalam Pib, right? Remember, if you look at the conjugation here, right? Pat, so Pib, right? See, you will use the Madhyama Purusha Ek Vashna. So you will have so you will have Rama, Tvam, Jalam, Pib. So use of Pibatu all conveys respect. So I have another example, Sita, sit here. So Site, this is a Sambodhanam, Bhavati, because feminine, Atra, Upavishatu. Vish means, this is a 6P, which means to enter. And if you add Upa to it, it becomes sit. So Site, here I wanted to mention this thing, a Sandhi. Na and a Jalam, Bhavan, Jalam. So na will be will be replaced by the nasal of that group, right? So the nasal of this group, like the following. So ja, the nasal is here. So that why bhavan jalam will be bhavan jalam. Like this is the nasal of the ja varga. So this is the sandhi here. Okay. So Site bhavati atra upavishatu. So here, or you could say Site atra tvam upvisha, right? So either it will be, if you want to use as a respect, then you will say upavishatu or upavisha. You could use either of these two. Right? Again, the same example here. So again, there will be, sandhis here. Like there will be a yan sandhi here, and there will be a this thing guna sandhi here. A and u becomes o, and the ti and a will be tia. Right? And here it will be Site atra. So it will be a purva rupa sandhi here. So you have a is elided.
So you see this bhavan and bhavti used quite a bit in Valmiki's Ramayana.
Yeah. But you could use it and you could either. But if you use the prathama, the prathama purusha, that means it is is conveying respect. Yeah, bhavan and bhavati are used quite often. Okay. So now here, Rama go to the cinema. So Rama, bhavan, cinema, the Sanskrit is chitrapatagraham. I had to look into the dictionary because I wanted to illustrate a sandhi here. All right. So if you remember, it is ending with a na, and it is the next word is beginning with a cha. So then this na is replaced by a anuswara and a sha. This was in the 11th verse of Bhagavad Gita. Also, this sandhi, where the teaching starts, this sandhi is used. So na followed by a cha will be, this na will be replaced by an anuswara and a sha. So that's why you have this sandhi here. So again, gachatu or tvam gacha.
Kumaji, where is this tu coming from? Because in the...
Tu? Pibatu, this is the prathama purusha ek vachana.
Pathatu.
Here, pathatu.
You.
Right, this is like the conjugation of
this
is like tu here.
Okay, that's tu
So
there.
Pathatu, the lot lakara conjugation is pathatu, pathatam, pathantu. So these are the two. So when you want to convey respect with bhavan, you will always use the prathama vibhakti.
Okay.
And when it is used tvam, then you will use sorry, I'm saying prathama vibhakti. It is prathama purusha. And when it is tvam, you will use the madhyama purusha.
And then the last one is for self. Pathani is a
Pathan. Yeah, I'm going to come. I will. I'm just going to give more examples where when you use the uttama purusha in lot lakara. Any more? Yeah. So okay, I forgot this slide. So these are just some conjugations like vad. You will have the same as pat. Vadatu, vadatam, vadantu, vad. These are the two, like this one and vadantu. These three you should know. Like you will see the use of these three. Vadatu and the plural form, vadantu and vada. Same, gachatu, gachantu, gacha. Bhavatu, bhavantu, bhava. Astu, this is the dhatu as. Astu, santu. Now this is this thing, edhi in the in the Madhyama Purusha, because this is a 2P. So here the conjugation is edhi. And kra dhatu, this is the, I'm just giving the parasmai pada part of it. Karotu, kuruvantu, kuru. Right. These forms you will see like vada, gacha, bhava, edhi, kuru, and so on. And then in the atmane pada you will be kampatam, kampasva, vandatam, vandasva, kurutam, kurishva. This is the atmane pada form.
So the greens are showing the Atmane
These
Pada?
are the green are the, this is the what I have used. The green are the atmane padas and the blue are the parasmay padas. So for starters, like these forms, these two, vadatu, vadantu, vad, like these, you know, you should be all familiar with gachatu. So some more examples like here. So we will use the other Purushas too. So again, now do not go to the garden now. So as soon as a prohibition or something, do not do this. With ma, you always use, you know, so Keshava Bhavan Adhuna Udyanam Ma Gachatu.
So here you've used the respectful form of you,
Yeah,
Bhavan.
yeah. So this you either, like, it depends if, you know, Keshava is elder than you are, or you want to say please, or, you know, so this is a respectable form, and then this is the Tvam form. Keshava Tvam Adhuna Udyanam Ma Gachat. So you don't even have to use Bhavan. Like if you use the Gachatu, the Prathama Purusha, that means a respectful form. Okay, now if you have Balaha Udyane Kridatu, right? Now since it is Balaha, right, you have to use the Prathama Purusha Ekavachana. So here it will mean let the boy play in the garden. So Balaha Udyane Kridatu, let the boy play in the garden. Or yuvam khagam pashyatam, then you too look at the bird. This is again a command. Now, if it is aham, so aham, kim aham, like you cannot command yourself, right? So you are asking kind of a permission. Like you cannot give a command to yourself. So if it is, if you want, if it is in lot lakara, so aham pustakam patani. So may I read a book? It is more like a permission to perform an action. May I read a book? May vayam udyane kridam. May all of us play in the garden. And now these two are the atmane pada. This thing sevasva. Tvam gurum sevasva. You serve the teacher. Yuyam sampitam sampattim labdhvam. May you all get wealth. So these are the atmaneta pada. So to summarize, verbs used in the imperative mood or lot lakara help one to express their thoughts in the form of a command or a request. When used for others and when used for oneself, is as a permission to perform the action or as a wish expressed. So this is how, when you are using for aham, it is more, you know, asking for a permission. So any questions before I go to the vidhiling? Okay. So now the next is the vidhiling. So again, let me do some examples, and then it will be, the use of vidhiling will be clear. So vidhiling is like a should. So chhatraha samaye pathet samaye kridet cha. So the student should study at the proper time and play at the proper time. So like it's a should, wherever it is should, you know, the vidhiling is usually, vidhiling is used. So here there is this sandhi I wanted to point out. Ta followed by cha, then this ta will become a cha. Chhatraha samskrita bhasham patheyuhu. The students should learn the Sanskrit language. This is the plural form. So chhatraha, and this is the plural form of invidhiling. Tvam phalani khadehe. These are all vidhiling, and we will look at the conjugation in just a little while. You should eat fruits. Sarvada satyam vadehe. You should always tell the truth. Aham pratah bhravanam kuryam. I should take a walk in the morning. Aham. Vayam pustakalayam gachem. We all should go to the library. This is the Atmanepada form. Vayam sarvada gurum seve mahi. We should always serve the teacher. So vidhiling is that even though a thought has been expressed, like you should study, even though one feels that something ought to be done, yet one cannot be sure that those wishes will be fulfilled. In that sense, these wishes are not commands, right? Like this is not a command. So but you cannot, then vidhiling has to be used, not the lot lakara. So this is the difference between the use of the lot lakara and vidhiling. Okay. So again, another set of suffixes. So the verbal suffixes simplify as follows. In Parasmai Pada, it is eat, eatam, iyuhu. So one thing, to know whether it is in vidhiling is this, it's all with e. So there will be a guna sandhi. So the forms will be patheta, pathet, pathetam, patheyuhu, pathehe, pathetam, pathet, patheyam, patheva, pathema. So since the prefixes simplify to all starts with E, and in the group 1, is, so this and E always will be a guna. So you always, in the vidhiling, there will be a here. Pathet, so that's one way to know that this is a vidhiling form. Same here. So here, even in Atmanepada is all starting with E. So you will say labhet, labheyatam, labheran, all, So this is, gives that these are in vidhiling. So as I said, like vidhiling this one, pathet and patheyuhu. Like pathet, this is the Prathama Purusha Ek Vachanam form you will see quite often. Yeah. So this is a verse 3.24 of Gita, and it uses vidhiling quite a bit. So in the verse here, so utside yurime, right? Lokaha. So here, this word utsideyuhu is a vidhiling form. It is a bahuvachanam, would perish, right? Here. So this is the would. So the dhatu is ud. The prefix is ud, and the dhatu is sat, which means to sit, to go, to destroy. And sad is one P, but it conjugates at sidati. It's not sadati. So there's a special rule here. It becomes sidati. Kuryam here. So this is again a vidhiling form. I would do. It is a 8P. Syam. This is us. I would be. Uphanyam. I would destroy. So up and han here. And again in Han, this is a 2P, so the form is Hanti, Hanyam. So in this verse, again, you see the use of Vidhiling.
Kumuji.
Yes.
Kumuji, here, instead of using ma, they have used na. So instead of saying ma kuryam, they have done na kuryam. That's okay, right?
Yeah, like you could, it's not, let me see one thing. Here it is not a prohibition. See, here it is na kuryam karma chet aham, right?
It's
so
a not.
yeah,
It's a
like if
not.
you do this sandhi here, so na kuryam karma cha chet aham. Chet means if. So here it is na kuryam karma chet aham. I do not perform the action. So here it is not like, it's not a prohibition. If it was, do not perform the action, then it would be ma. It is a na in the usual sense.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
So it's not that kuryam is used because of na. It is na is just, like a not. I do not, right? Na kuryam, I do not. Or I, karma chet aham. If I do not, like, yeah. If I do not perform the action, all these, this is Arjuna is saying this, all these have made too many errors here. This is world, lokaha. So yeah, all these worlds would destroy if I would not do the action. Like I would not do the action, right? Would do, kuryam. Right. I would be destroying. I would be the creator. That's the meaning of these things. Any questions here? Too many errors here. So this is kind of a summary of these 4 lakaras which we have learned. So lat lakara sa pustakam pathati. He reads a book. Lang lakara, it will be sah pustakam apathat. He read the book. You could have pustakam pathatu or pustakam patha. Respectful form. You read the book. So, either you could use pathatu or patha. Saha pustakam pathatu. So now you have to use pathatu because this is saha. So may he read the book. Vidhiling would be saha pustakam pathet. He should read the book. So you say pathati, lat lakara, apathat, past tense, and these are the lot lakara, pathatu, patha, and pathet is the vidhiling. So this patha was the parasmai pada dhatu. Now if you take the atmane pada dhatu, save, which means, save, which means to serve. Aham adhyapakam seve, lat lakara. I serve the teacher. Aham adhyapakam aseve. I served the teacher. Adhyapakam sevatam. Now we are looking at the atmane pada dhatu. So here it was pathatu patha. Here it is sevatam sevaswa. Here. So these are the parasmai pada forms and these are the atmane pada forms. So adhyapakam sevatam, adhyapakam sevaswa. Right? You serve the teacher. Then adhyapakam sevai. May I serve the teacher. And vidhiling will be adhyapakam seveya. So I should serve the teacher. So I think for the starters, like these are the conjugations you should, like, patati, apatata, patatu, pata, then pathet for the parasmay pada, and then seve, aseve, sevatam, sevasva, sevai, seveya. These are the.
So, Kumuji, most of the verbs will decline in this.
Yeah,
in this way,
all
patati,
the
atati, gachati.
bhavadi gana verbs will decline like this. Like you see, in us, it was different, like adhi, because it was belonging to the group 2. It belonged to the adadi. A kra dhatu is 8. So you see in different, but all
the 1p, all the 1p's will decline like this.
Yeah, all the
Bhavadi
1p will decline like this. And all the and 1p they will, and there are like 1,000 roots, like I don't know how many parasmay, but there are 1,000, more than 1,000
But you said
roots.
that,
So if you, like for starters, these, like lat lakara, all the forms. And here, apatat,
patati, patataha, patanti, patasi,
but if you know these, it's a good starting point. Like that, otherwise there are just too many. But this is a good starting point. So I have prepared 3 sheets as a reference sheet, which I think will be very useful. So these are the these are the suffixes which simplify in lat, lang, lot, and vidhiling. So, like as I prepared it for the sandhis, you had 3 sheets of paper. So now for the verbs, there are 2 more. So you have all these simplified. So, these are the verbal suffixes for the parasmay padas, and these are the suffixes for the atmane pada, lat, lang, lot, vidhiling. So I think this sheet will be handy, will come useful. And then these are the declensions. So all the patati, lat, lang, lot, and vidhiling in the parasmay pada dhatu, and same with the atmane pada dhatu. They should, and then since as and kra are used very often, I have also prepared this sheet for you. So you have lat, lang, lot, vidhiling, and then here I have only given the parasmay pada forms. I haven't given the atmane pada forms. So it was only in the parasmay pada forms.
So, but the meanings are not given here.
Meanings, yeah, the meanings will remain the same, but because then I needed another sheet, and I thought you could always look, but these 3 sheets should be kind of be helpful. And again, I will, this, like this is not that. And
but
then
we know the meaning, but what is the meaning of us?
Us is to be, but since us is to be, like asti, I am, is, I am, you
Christ
are.
To do. Okay,
right?
you have to be, to do. Okay, you have given the meaning here.
So like this, us and kra are used very often, like, so like astu, santu, karoti, karoshi, karomi, like these dhatus are used, karotu, kuru. So this is all I have for this class. So there will be, I think, 2 more classes on verbs. One would be the upsarga class. The second, and like I think I have 3 more topics to cover in the verbs. One is the upsargas I will cover. Then the passive voice, which is also very used, and the third would be talk about the dhatus from the 4th and 6th and 10th group a little bit. So those, I think 2 classes, I will need 2 classes to cover those topics. Then verbs will be over.
So since you're talking about classes, up to when is this course going to go? And besides the
yeah, so
verbs,
that's what I was saying. So then 2 more classes. So this thing, and then I have only 1 topic left, which is the krit pratyas, and I think it will take 2 to 3 classes.
about 5
So
more
by
classes.
the middle March or 3rd week of March, it should end. So maybe I have 5 more classes.
Should be end of March.
Yeah, like either it depends, how much I want to cover, because again, krit pratyas are a very big topic. And so I have to see which are the useful ones, which I will, so either it will be 2 classes or 3 classes.
Mm-hmm.
So any questions, any comments, any?
No questions, Kumuji, just a lot of information to
Yeah, it is a lot. It is, it's quite a bit.
We almost really need you to repeat the class in another 3 months.
No matter, Rani, how many times you repeat, it means it will help. But
But we have the YouTube lecture. So are you going to be putting the YouTube? So right now, when I go to your heritage class, the classes, YouTube classes are all spread around. It might be good to have a folder in which all the Sanskrit classes
no, there is, like, if you playlist, if you just go to the Sanskrit classes, you will just have all the Sanskrit classes there. Like if you hit, like videos will be, there are 2 groups. One is the children classes, which I'm also doing, and one is the Sanskrit classes. So the playlist, if you say Sanskrit classes, then it will list all the Sanskrit classes.
Right. Okay.
And if you say children classes, which I'm also doing on Sundays, then it will be have just the children classes.
Kumuji, what would help, I think, and I really appreciate all the practice you have been giving us. So I think practicing some of these different verb forms will help us learn it over time. Yeah.
Arun, could you speak up somehow? Your voice.
Okay, sorry. I was saying that the exercises you have been giving, they really help me, for example, with the visarga, sandhis and all that. So I think same thing with these different verb forms, exercises.
What form is that 1 sheet of paper where you have ending, e ending, u ending? So that sheet is right, like you have for the word form, that sheet.
Yeah. What I'm saying is the exercises and practice will help me absorb it and learn it. That's what I'm saying.
I still didn't get.
I said doing practice, for example, doing exercises will help me absorb and learn those forms.
Yeah. Even when I was preparing this class, like I haven't, looked at these, these prefixes. So I have to also go back and forth to make sure. Like some of them, common ones, but like dual forms and all that, you have to go and look at them. You don't remember all of them. And I think that's why there are so many typo errors this time.
Thank you, Kumuji.
Thank you, Kumuji.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.